Mr. Beast created 100 wells and gave fresh water to 500,000 African people. But it seems like he really has irritated the philanthropy class.
You know, the philanthropic class, which basically says, what we're going to do is we're going to give you some free stuff. We're going to help you out. And in return, you should give us your sovereignty, your money, your wealth, your well-being, and all your digital rights. But it'll be worth it because like $100 million or something, baby.
And for those who might not know, Mr. Beast is the biggest YouTuber on the planet, and he's well known for giving away money. He drilled 100 wells in Africa, gave fresh water to 500,000 people in Africa, and now people are angry at him because they say he perpetuates stereotypes that Africa lives on handouts. And number two, he's a white guy. And of course, white people can't do any right in this world whatsoever. Except, of course, if you are Bill Gates. Because Bill Gates has pledged $7 billion to Kenya, which is the country Mr. Beast drilled all those wells in. But in return for $7 billion, it appears that Bill Gates wants to control, well, basically everything.
Mr. Gates is actually really keen on this new thing called digital ID. You know, everything about your life will all be contained in the central digital identification stored on his servers in his company that he'll monitor. And using that central digital ID, you can then access health services, banks, and other various forms of torturous bullshit as he dictates it. Well, they tried this. They enrolled it into Kenya because it appears whenever they want to enroll bullshit agendas in the world, they tried in Africa. And they tried it in Kenya. And the Kenyans told him to footsack.
So that was in 2011, but now Bill Gates wants to try again. Unfortunately, the average Kenyans, our people, the average Africans on the street, are not so sure about this digital ID. They have privacy concerns, and they have a variety of other concerns about it as well. But that is not stopping the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation from trying to help the Kenyan government from digitizing its citizens. The essence is Bill Gates has pledged $7 billion to Kenya, and all Kenya is getting is genetically modified organisms in terms of seeds, digital IDs, and so-called gender equality, whatever that might mean. Mr. Beast goes with $500,000, drills 100 wells, gives water to 500,000 people, and he's being cancelled for it. But it seems to me, if you really care about people's health in Kenya, you would give them water first. But Bill Gates doesn't seem to want to do that for some reason.
No, he might not want to do that because he doesn't own a water plant. Because let's face it, if he did, he'd be the first person to put some money towards, I don't know, using bottled water as a national health agenda. You know, there's bottled water because, just coincidence. But this appears to be the ongoing elite class now. The elite class wants to give you free stuff in exchange for pretty much all your freedoms, your liberties, your personal life. When an actual true individual comes out and does something, no strings attached, he has something for free. Well, no, that's terrible. That must be like racism and stuff.
Which really does beg the question in all of this. What on earth have the billionaire philanthropy class actually done for the world? We see these numbers flying around to develop vaccines or to help with farming or to promote gender equality and all the rest of it. But fundamentally, at the end of the day, we're not seeing much progress in terms of those particular goals. Any progress we see is often based on a trade-off that is detrimental to the people that Bill Gates is supposedly helping, whereas Mr. Beast goes in with $500,000 and changes the lives of 500,000 people cheaply, effectively, and it seems like it philanthropically in the real sense of the word. So what on earth do these billionaires do with their money? It just doesn't seem like they're actually trying to help people.
That's because, Ramon, they're not. What they're actually trying to do is maximize on their wealth. You know, there's a curiosity for me personally. If these individuals go and they give their money to charitable causes, then I don't know about you, mate, but you've got an X amount of income, you've got X amount of money that you earn. If you give a load of it away, are you not poorer? Because that's logic. If I give away 30 billion to this charitable cause over here, I should be 30 billion less endowed. I should have 30 billion less in the bank. But amazingly, every single time these guys give away money to these charitable causes, their net wealth seems to leap and bounds upwards. It's almost like possibly the money they're giving to charity isn't actually for charity at all. Possibly it's money to shape political discourse or agendas in order to maximize their own personal wealth.
It is deeply insidious and something that you need to be aware of. Some uppy YouTuber embarrassed the entire billionaire philanthropy class of the world. People are giving away half their fortunes, all of their fortunes to charity. But what are the links attached to that charity? What are the goals of that purported charity? What do these people actually want to achieve? Because if they wanted to achieve healthier, happier human beings, they would do what Mr. Beast does. Simple, effective, give fresh water to people. That's how you solve a lot of crises around the world. Why focus on building COVID vaccine facilities in Kenya when the health of those people is dependent on fresh water? It's much easier to give them fresh water, one would think. But no, billions are being spent to develop factories to develop mRNA vaccines.
Africa's the test bed of all Western stupid ideas. And that's because Africa is typically poor and will accept a handout in exchange for its sovereignty. It's almost like modern colonialism. I hate that term colonialism because it always comes down to white supremacy and your forefathers and Westerners and whatever other bullshit slogans they get thrown attached to it. But it is a form of neo-colonialism. It is all these big billionaires trying to buy up Africa in exchange for peanuts. And you know what? Africa needs to grow a pair and tell this lot to footstick.